I'm Renee DiLorenzo, Vice President of Sales for Renewal by Andersen in Central Northern New Jersey. And today's video clip is, when do I need windows? So there are certainly the obvious indications that it's time to replace your windows, and we can look at those symptoms. If you look at your windows and you see condensation between the glass, or if you've tried to clean the windows because you can't see clearly through them, probably a good indication that you have seal failure and it's time to change your windows. But there are also some indications that might not be as obvious. So if you walk to your window and you have what we refer to as a double hung window, which goes up and down, and you look at what we call the check rail, and you hold your hand just right above the check rail and you feel just a subtle hint of cold or a draft coming through, or if you do the same thing at the sill and you feel a little bit of air coming through, and you may even feel this around the perimeter of your window, that's a pretty good indication that you have seal failure, which could be from just time, expansion and contraction, your home settling over time, and the window, what we call racks in the opening, or it's racking in the opening. And it also may be from a poor installation, if the windows were just installed not too long ago. So those are pretty good ideas as to whether or not you would actually need to replace them. You know, most people think, well, I don't open my windows, I don't close my windows, I have allergies, I have heating, cooling. And just because a window is in the opening, when we say a window's broken, we don't mean it's dilapidated, it's falling out. We don't mean the glass is cracked. We mean that your glass is no longer an efficient barrier between the outside temperature and the inside temperature. So how can you tell? Other than those simple tests, if you're a gadget person, you can go down to one of those electronics stores and get yourself a really neat gadget called a heat gun or a thermometer gun. And what it does is it tells you the temperature as you shoot it towards an object. So you could certainly look at the difference of the temperature of your glass versus the temperature of the center of your room. If there's a dramatic shift, that's a pretty good indication that your glass is no longer efficient. Here's the other thing. Let's say you don't feel like going down and purchasing one of these toys. You could certainly use your hand. If you go up to the glass and you feel the temperature of the glass is substantially different than the temperature of your wall, clearly they're not going to be the same, but you notice a substantial difference, it's probably a pretty good indication that your glass is no longer efficient and you should probably start looking into the possibility of replacing your windows. Again, I'm Renee from Renewal by Andersen. See you next time.